Hey guys, my name is Lachlan if you don't know me. Today am going to be talking to you about how you were put here for a reason. You little cutie, you were put on this planet for a reason. You have a purpose. I'm going to help run you through it. I want to start off with a little quote. So the quote is, "You don't have a soul, you are a soul, you have a body." And that is by C.S. Lewis, I think. He's an author. So basically, with your purpose and stuff, like I know there are periods where you go through life and you may feel a little bit lost, you may feel like you don't really know what you're doing, nothing really like calls to you, whatever, but there is something for you that is guiding you in the right direction, I guess. So, we need to start by acknowledging that not acting on an idea that you have is a disservice to yourself, your future self actually. And like not acting on an idea, I say that, and I mean in the realm of reason. So like obviously like safe ideas, like ideas that aren't going out and like beating someone up. You know, like you want to be nice. Your ideas want to be good and creative and stuff. But not acting on the good ideas that you have is punishing your future self for your present self action. You know, think about yourself in the future. You want to be looking after them. We want to do them a little favor. If you aren't acting on your ideas, you are damaging yourself, or you're passing that idea on to someone who is willing to act on it. Ideas are just energy and ideas are just thoughts. If you don't act on it, it just gets given to someone else. Like yesterday, I wanted to sit down and I wanted to film this really, really bad. I started filming it, I wasn't really feeling it, whatever. I stopped filming it, and then I couldn't sleep last night because I was just thinking about how I could have filmed it. You know, I was beating myself up a little bit. I was like, oh, come on, why didn't I film it? And now I'm sitting down and I'm filming it because the idea didn't go away, the passion just got better, and I couldn't sleep last night. I get into bed, I'm passed out. I could not go to sleep last night at all. This idea, it was keeping me up. It was doing damage to me. Now I wasn't as rested, you know? I need my little beauty sleep. If you have a gift, do not put yourself down for having that gift. Let's say, like, okay, I'm gonna use myself as an example. I have always been told that I am, like, very positive. I don't believe in toxic positivity. I don't think that's a real thing. I think it's all about the intention behind it. I have always been a very, very positive person. I can recognize that now. That's what I'm good at. I'm good at like helping people feel better about themselves, and people have always told me that, and I acknowledge that. If you possess a gift, use it. It is a disservice to yourself to not use it. And to others as well, actually. If you are a positive person, let the world see that. Let the world see your positivity. The world could use more of that. Now I want to go into finding your passion. I have some notes down here as well, by the way, if you hear like paper moving and stuff. I got 2 pages worth of notes. So finding your passion. Every single person's path is different, and that is what makes us so unique and so beautiful as individuals on this earth. Everyone has different thoughts, everyone has different like paths, everyone has different ways of doing things. There is no right or wrong way to live a life. There are right and wrong choices if you are consciously making the wrong choices, but there is no right or wrong path to go down in life. Everything is just a lesson given to you for you to enact on and to grow from. So yeah, everyone has different lessons. It's what makes us all so unique and so individual. It's kind of beautiful if you think about it like that. Like some people, out of the kindness of their heart, they love to do charity work for like homeless shelters, you know? They aren't getting really paid for that, but they are still choosing to give themselves up, give their time, which is, time is the most valuable form of currency. They are giving that up for something that they passionately feel in their heart. Everyone's path is different. There is no right or wrong path to go down. A way that I have been finding like what I'm kind of passionate about recently, I've been looking back on my childhood as well and just indulging in some of like the childhood activities I would do. So like colouring in and stuff I've been really into recently. I feel like it's really, really good for the imagination. Learn from your childhood. Ask someone who can remember what you were like as a child. Ask them about what you were into, what your hobbies were, what you were just like naturally, like what was your innate calling. Really, really loved like superheroes and stuff. And then now, like after some reflection on that, I think it's because I feel as if my destiny was to help people, and superheroes, they help people. But yeah, like listen to your inclinations, you know, like your gut never lies to you, and if you feel like you are being like drawn to something, there's probably a reason for it. You probably need to do it to learn something from it, or it's the right thing to do. Indulge in what you did as a child because it'll help you realize what you love, you know? Like sitting in front of a camera, like this isn't the easiest thing for me to do, but I know that this may have the potential to help someone, so I'm doing it because I feel like I was put on this planet to help people. I want to make an impact in a positive way, and I feel like that's what this is doing somehow. Eventually, maybe. I don't know. Next, I want to talk about channeling the greatest person you know to do what you want to do. I heard this thing a while ago. It was like, you don't have to be good at something, you just have to know who is good at it and then channel them when you do it. And that was like mind-blowing. Let's say like I love cooking. I do love cooking. I don't feel that confident whenever I cook. I could go into the kitchen and I could be like, you know what, I'm literally Gordon Ramsay, and then like channel Gordon Ramsay when I start cooking. Like, somehow I'll make a 5-star meal. When you do things, channel who you know is good. If someone in your life is really, really good at like confrontation and you probably don't feel the like greatest whenever there's confrontation, think about being them whenever you're in confrontation, and it'll come so much easier to you. You might not be the first to do something, but you could be the next. An example that comes to mind is like the person who invented like an airplane, you know, like they were like, oh, I want to fly, and then they flew, and then they made a plane, whatever, and now like someone was like, planes were already invented, but then someone was like, oh, we need drones. You can follow someone's footsteps and still create something incredible. Just because it's already done doesn't mean that's it. You can still create incredibleness. If there's pure intention and passion behind it, you can do whatever you want. Showing up and failing is better than not showing up at all. If you have 100 attempts at something and you fail every single one, and your 101st attempt is a success, you're a success. Congratulations. The power is in like the recommitting and the reattempting of doing something, because eventually you're going to succeed. If you post 1,000 videos and one of them blows up, you're a success. But also, like, what is success then? You have to sit down and really ask yourself, like meditate on it, I don't know. Success, to me, is like fulfillment in my heart. And I think that is like all that really matters at the end of the day, is like what you view success as, and then like trying to achieve that. Because I guess it just makes you a better person in the end. Alright, now I want to go into existing in your natural state exceeds an attempt to be something that you aren't. I think I'm beautiful, I think I'm gorgeous, I know I'm not a supermodel, I'm not drawn to try and do modeling or be a model or anything like that, so I'm not gonna. The things that call to me, I will do, because I'm drawn to them. Think about what you can learn from the cards that you've been dealt in life. So let's say you've got like an ability or something that someone else doesn't have. What do you know because of that someone else has zero clue about? And that's kind of like your advantage, you know, like not in a way to like bring someone else down, but that's your advantage in that field. In your field, you have something that someone else doesn't. How can you use that to help either yourself or someone else who might be going through the same thing? And with me saying like existing in your natural state exceeds like any attempt to be something else, I don't mean don't have goals, because obviously you want it if it's a goal. If I'm trying to hit like a new PR at gym or something, like that's a goal for me. I'm not there yet, and maybe like I can't lift that weight yet, but eventually I can if I keep showing up and I keep putting in effort. Just because it's a goal, like being uncomfortable is good like most of the time. It's because that's where growth happens. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. So be there, explore your comfort zone, and then walk outside the edge, and then see what's over the border of the comfort zone. I can guarantee you, you'll learn something or you'll grow from being outside of that comfort zone. Finally, I kind of want to talk a little bit about like critics and people who love to critique. If someone wants to hang shit on you, don't listen to them. Like obviously like constructive criticism and stuff, and the people that you admire, that's different. But if someone is just hating on you for fun, anything they say, disregard it. Because it does not matter. I promise you, it does not matter. If you create for you, the right people will gravitate towards you. And having like a really good circle of people that are also aiming upwards is like the #1 key for success, I've found. You create for you and like the people that you want to create for, you're doing the best you can. Any judgment that an individual gives you is just a reflection of how they feel. So me and my sister were talking the other day, and she like said that to me, and I was like, whoa, a judgment is just someone telling you the truth. It's a confession. A judgment is a confession from an individual. And if someone is judging you for like putting your heart out there and doing something, I don't know, like you're an aspiring artist or something, you put out art, someone's like, this sucks. That's them saying that they couldn't do that because they're afraid of what would happen, and they're afraid of how they'd be judged by putting themselves out there like you are. And if you have two people, one who's actually doing it and one who's just saying they're going to do it, who are you more likely to like be drawn to? the person who's actually doing it. Sometimes people will see your success as their failure. You don't ever want to make someone feel like they are failing or they're a failure because you are succeeding, which is why like staying in your own lane is probably one of the most important things I think you can do. Just looking after yourself and the people that like are around you. And finally, I want you to remember they don't make statues of critics, do they? Name one statue that has been made out of someone who is a hater. Oh wait. Yeah, so to wrap it all up, I guess, sometimes your plans will change and that is okay. When I applied for university, I had my little gap year last year and it was the best year of my life. I like discovered so much about myself and like things change. Things will change, but that's okay. It's about how you adapt to the changes. I applied for paramedicine and nursing and I only got nursing. I want to be a paramedic, that's the current kind of like where I want to go. But I only got into nursing and instead of me viewing that as, oh, like I'm never going to be a paramedic now, I'm viewing that as, okay, now I get to do nursing and maybe, because nursing is more general than paramedicine, maybe I will find a different field that feels more fulfilling to me. It's a blessing. Everything happens the way it is meant to because you learn from everything that happens to you. Yeah, I guess that's it. Just like, listen to your heart, be yourself, and be happy, I guess. I love you all. Thanks for watching, and I guess I'll see you guys soon maybe if any more good thoughts kind of come to my brain, but if not, it's been real. Just before I start editing, I want to give you guys one final little nugget of wisdom. If we as humans had never acted on our ideas, we would have nothing. We would not be recognized as the most universally advanced species. We would have nothing that we know today. And acting on your ideas, the gratification you get from simply just doing it is enough to motivate you to continue doing it. Filming that video, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna keep doing this. Now I feel great. So act on your ideas, have some water, it's hot.